All right, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? It is June. No, it is July. I don't even know what month it is. It's July 28th today, and we were going to talk about cryptocurrencies for a little bit on Drive By Crypto with our good buddy Bret. Say hi, Bret.
Hi, how are you?
I hope Bret's loud enough. I got him coming through my speakers pretty loud. So, and tonight,
Well, we're gonna find out. So,
and coming up in a little bit, we're going to have our crypto spotlight, right? And what's the crypto spotlight about?
we're gonna be talking about EOS.
EOS? What about EOS?
EOS. EOS. We're gonna be talking all about EOS.
Okay.
It's not time to talk about EOS yet because that's in the crypto spotlight.
So that's a new cryptocurrency people are pretty excited about. EOS, huh? Now is that how we say it? Do we say
Yeah,
EOS
it's been pretty good.
or is it EOS?
It depends on who's talking at the time, really.
All right. But first, before we do that, we're just going to talk about the market update today, right?
Yeah,
Did you follow the market today? What'd you think?
well, a little bit. It seemed like a bloodbath in a lot of areas.
Mm-hmm.
Looked to me like Bitcoin was one of the only strong contenders for the day. I think there were a couple others we can talk about later, but Bitcoin really seemed to be the big guy.
Bitcoin was up a little bit today. Again, this is like the third or fourth day it's been up in a row, right?
That's true.
And yeah, I agree with you. The rest of the market looked like a bloodbath. I mean, everything was down. Crazy. It's a fire sale. It's another fire sale of cryptocurrencies. It's like the fourth one in like 2 weeks.
Well, you see what I think's happening is a little bit of FOMO. All right, we're
Mm-hmm.
coming up on August 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Now that things are starting to settle a little bit, I think people are dumping altcoins, trying to get as much Bitcoin as they can because they think they're going to ride that wave. Um, but you know what I like to say that when they FOMO, I buy mo, right? Because this is a
Yeah.
a buy opportunity on some of these other coins.
I wish. I don't have anything to buy with right now. It's a sensitive. It's a
Well,
sensitive issue for me.
you got to find the exchange that'll take that dart. Is what you need to do.
Well, I can't yet. That has to happen later. Look at. I mean, ETC is under $14. It's crazy, crazy. Did you see Zcash 170? That's a very
Wow,
low price
horrible.
for Zcash. Very low price. The
Well,
Dash
look at Ethereum. Ethereum's at 187. It wasn't 2 months ago. It was at $400. So
420. I sold at 420.
yeah, right.
Yes, I did. All right, yeah. So let's check out some other stuff here. We got gold is still kind of holding steady. Silver still kind of holding steady. Litecoin's kind of holding steady too. I mean, it's still 41. It took a hit too, but not like some of the other ones did.
I'm showing 39 at the moment, but yeah,
This one's saying 41, but either way, I mean that's it's around $40. It's still it hasn't really tested those lows like
yeah.
getting down lower than that. You know what I mean? It's kind of good.
It's all about the spread, right?
Let's look at coinmarketcap.com here today. Is it time? Are we gonna do it?
Time for what? What are you gonna do?
Well, I don't know. What's the next segment of the show?
Oh well, what we got coming up?
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing the crypto spotlight, but a little later in the show, we're gonna talk about tales from the crypto.
Ah, all right, all right. That was our market.
I'm gonna
Oh, did we talk all the way about SegWit and Bitcoin Cash? What'd you think about
we didn't.
What'd you think about Bitcoin
Go
Cash?
ahead and talk about Segway.
Well, I think SegWit's going to happen. That's why everybody's FOMOing and they want to buy more because they think Bitcoin's going to
Right?
explode after the first, and everybody realizes, oh, everything's fine. But Bitcoin Cash though, I mean, this is the same guy who started like two or three other like total faux ones, right?
Okay.
Like, right? Like, I don't think Bitcoin Cash is an issue. Like, I think people are trying to make Bitcoin Cash like, oh my God, they're gonna fork Bitcoin still. Like, it's gonna happen in the last minute, but I don't think they are.
No, I don't think they are.
No.
I think it's all settled in.
Yep, I think so
I think
too.
the miners have spoken. So
That's why the price is going like it is. Look at
yeah,
the rest
that's
of the
why it's
show.
holding steady. And it's,
Crazy. Okay. Um. Yeah. So that's enough of that. Okay. So crypto spotlight. The one for today is EOS, right? Is it
EOS, yeah. Now we
EOS?
call it EOS because the developer calls it EOS. So I figure the guy that designed it can call it whatever he wants.
Yep.
I've heard it called EOS. I've heard it called Ethereum on steroids. It's kind of a cute name. But EOS, a guy by the name of Dan Larimer. You're going to know Dan Larimer because he's the guy that designed BitShares, which is a decentralized financial trading exchange. Um, and this guy is truly a pioneer in blockchain. He's just brilliant, and he put BitShares together. It's a solid platform, and he decided that he wanted to do things that reached more people because financial markets sometimes are a little prohibitive for some people. It's not an arena a lot of people see themselves in. So he designed a social networking platform called Steemit. And we know you all know about Steemit. We know Rye's been on Steemit for some time. I'm on Steemit.
I'm not
It's
on
actually
Steam It.
a great
That's somebody
platform.
else
What?
pretending. That's somebody else pretending to be me. I'm not on Steam It.
You're not on Steemit?
No, it's somebody else
Who am I
pretending to
giving
be
all my
me.
money to?
I don't know, but they've been getting YouTube. They've been getting YouTube videos of mine before me and posting them as me. No, it's
Oh,
me. It's me. Please,
horrible.
if you like this show, if you like anything we're doing, send me all the Steam. Upvote. Your upvote gets me pretzels,
It
right?
was it was me, right? It was me actually. So yeah, so he did BitShares and he did Steemit. Um, one of those we're heavily involved in, the other one we're not, even though we may have some. All right. He decided when he left Steemit. Now there was some hubbub about him leaving Steemit. Like there was going to be some drama. Everybody's looking for the understory. Everybody wants the deep cut. And there was none. He went into Steemit with the understanding that he would design the blockchain. That's what he is a blockchain engineer.
Well, they left on
And
good
when it
terms too,
was
didn't they? I mean, isn't he still buddies
yeah,
with
when
them
it,
all and
when it was
everything?
mature, well, he planned on leaving. He went in with the idea that he would leave when it was well up and functional. So he did, and now he's moved on to create EOS. And now what EOS is a development platform. It's gonna sound similar to Ethereum, but where it beats Ethereum hands down is in its scalability. And he likes to call it horizontal scalability. And he compares it to running, like
Here he
a
is. Here,
one core,
Dan.
two core.
Dan Larimer.
Yeah, that's it.
That's him, right?
Dan Larimer.
All right.
Yeah, and he's not actually, people crying scam, it's a scam. He's created all these other things, and he's moving on. He's actually not the lead for this project. He's just the CTO for a company called Block One, who's the parent company for this project. Um, they are actually in their coin offering right now, and I guess I could talk about that later. I'm a little verklempt when it comes to their coin offering. So, but I'm excited about it because it is, for what it is, and for where it's going. In my opinion, it's severely undervalued. I think today it was down to what was it, 177.
Well, it's been up a lot in the last couple of days, though, right?
It was up to $2 yesterday,
Yeah. So I mean, it's
and I'm
not.
all in on it. I'm not hurting on it, but I'm down with it. In fact, I do some
So
developing. I know a few languages.
what I was most interested in when I was listening to Dan Larimer talk about
Right.
EOS, what I was most interested in is he was saying it was a distributed virtual machine, right? Like,
Yes,
didn't he
yes.
do some kind of crazy upgrade to the virtual machine? So it's actually like a distributed blockchain virtual machine or something?
Well, yeah, and what he spoke about was multiple threads running simultaneously, being able to run multiple applications where you have very much a two-way street. In Ethereum, you really have like an 8-lane highway in EOS. And I think that he was quoting the numbers. He was talking about 2,000 transactions a second currently
Nice,
with EOS in its
nice.
current state.
So
It contrast that to Bitcoin, which is running 3 transactions a second now. And
sometimes it feels like
seriously, that's a real number,
sometimes it feels like 3 a day though.
right?
Like,
What is
oh,
it?
I
Okay,
sent that money an hour ago. Why isn't it there? It's pretty
Genesis
upsetting.
mining. Sorry. Yeah. Seems like you're missing some days, but yeah. No, I'm excited about the platform, and as a developer, as a person who's been in IT for 25 years, I've got all kinds of ideas that I'm kicking around about stuff to develop for this platform. And the beautiful thing about it is there's no cost per transaction. It's a smart contract platform.
Just like Steemit, right?
And
Steemit has no cost per
just
transaction,
like
right?
Steemit, there's no cost per transaction. Um,
I love it.
Currently, Steemit's laying on the Ethereum network, and when EOS is up and running full steam, as they say, Steemit will be riding on that one. So
I bet you're probably right.
um,
Did they actually actively talk about
yeah,
that?
why not?
Yeah. Well, I can't argue with that.
He alluded to it. He alluded to it, but I mean, until that actually happens, they're not going to say that. In
So
public.
so that's EOS. Some of us might or
Yes.
might not be holding on holding on to some of those right now.
I might be sitting on a few of those, sure.
Maybe a couple of those.
But it's exciting to see what they're doing, and it's still in its infancy. I mean, like I said, they're doing their token distribution right now. They're doing 200,000 current distribution is the equivalent of 4,201 ether received against that, and they're allowing you to spend ether to get those tokens, depending on where you're at. Moving on. So,
So coming up in a bit, we're going to be doing our penalty box, right?
right,
We've got an interesting guest in the
right.
penalty box tonight. I'm excited to talk about that. But right now, it's
It'll be a
time
fun one.
for
It's gonna be a fun one.
Tales from the Crypto, right?
Tales from the crypto.
Tales from the Crypto. Okay, so
Yep.
yeah, this day in 2015, Bitcoin was up 1% to $295. So, for those of you who bought a Bitcoin in 2015 on July 20, what day is it? It's 28th still? On July 28th for $295, good job you.
Yeah, we all want time travel and to go back and do that over.
Right? No doubt. All right, and but given that we were talking about EOS earlier, and Ethereum's been around for nearly as long, what happened into Ethereum in 2015?
Well, yeah, and Vitalik Buterin actually pushed the idea of Ethereum back in 2013, but in 2 days' time, on July 30th, 2015, is when the Ethereum network actually went live. They went live at that point with 11.9 million coins that were pre-mined for the crowd sale, and that accounts for approximately 13% of what is totally in circulation today. So they started in a big way.
How many Ethereums are there going to be?
Uh,
Do you remember that number? I
that's
don't
a
remember
great
either.
question.
Because here's one thing when we talk about the EOS versus Ethereum prices, right? There's one thing that's concerning me is that of course there's going to be like a ton more EOS than there will be Ethereum.
Right.
So that's why it's like, even though I mean I love EOS, I love the idea of it. I love the Dan guy, right?
Yeah.
I think that it's just we're gonna EOS is gonna maybe not be the same price as Ethereum for a long time. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't know. After August 1st, anything's possible.
No. Well, I mean today anything's possible. The market's crazy. It's a crazy market. When did Ethereum get
Yeah, the
added
funny
to?
thing is on their wiki page, it doesn't even say what their cap is on their circulation.
What when did Coinbase add Ethereum? Was that then in 2015, or do you remember?
I think it was shortly after that. It doesn't state it on here.
I don't remember, but I it seems to me it must have been later, right? Like at the end of 2015 or the beginning of 2016.
Yeah, 2016 is when we had the hard fork and we went with Ethereum and Ethereum Classic.
Right. So it was after that that Coinbase added them, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it was. And so, yeah, Coinbase. Okay. Moving on. So, smart contracts. The Ethereum virtual machine. I'm excited for what Dan's doing with the virtual machine in EOS. It's going to be exciting to see how things run on it, how much more efficient it is.
Definitely. I was
Like I said, a lot of ideas kicking around.
I was as a nerd, I was super excited. Like some of the things I heard him saying during one of his interviews, I was like, wait, what? Like I needed to know more immediately. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. What are you eating over there?
I'm having cheese.
Cheese? I thought you were eating pretzels.
Are we? Well, I was eating pretzels, but I also have cheese.
Okay. Organic cheese.
It is organic cheese, actually.
There it is.
Brought to you by our sponsor, Organic. Okay, so what about our Ain't No Mountain High Enough segment?
Why don't you start that one off?
Well, I think that right now it is clearly Bitcoin is the one that's up on top right now, right?
Well, Bitcoin's up on top in terms of market cap and in terms of the potentiality of the next week. But for the day, co-eval, I think, is the ain't no mountain high enough.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting at a
Okay.
56% increase.
Yeah. What exactly is co-eval? Since I've never heard of it, let's hear all about it now.
Well, there's only 42,770 of them in existence, currently priced at $627 a coin.
That's
Yeah, so co-eval.
that's kind of
Let
silly.
me pull that back up. So this is an interesting one.
They're not even
So
out
there's
though.
a
Aren't they're not even out though?
no, they have no, they don't open until the 8th
Well,
of
what are we even
August.
talking about? They don't count. I'm not
Here's
counting those.
well, here's you got to hear their mission statement here. You got to
Okay,
tell them what they are.
let's hear it.
Okay, so CoEval is a decentralized hedge fund, a leading blockchain development company, a venture capital group, and a family office combine forces to create a decentralized hedge fund that will invest in SpaceX contracts, digital assets, and hostile takeovers, generating profits by engaging in creative destruction. Now,
And
how could you not back that?
and they're up by how much? They're up by 60%.
Almost it was back and forth between 57 and 68% in the last 15 minutes,
That's
and they don't their coins don't hit, their ICO doesn't hit until the 8th of August. They've got a countdown timer on here: 10 days,
so
5 hours,
you
6
heard it. You
minutes.
heard it here first, right? Coeval.
CoEval.
Coeval is gonna explode if they ever sell a coin
Val, like the
eventually.
cubits of the devil.
Yeah.
CoEval. Yes.
All right. So let's see. It's almost time for the penalty box, but let's go check on our
Almost.
system. Let's go check our system status over here. How are we doing here?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Scotty, tell me where we're at.
Oh, we're good. Look, we're only using 3 gigs of RAM. All systems nominal,
Okay.
sir. 60%
All
of
right.
CPU. We're doing okay. All right, here we go. So it's time for the penalty
Okay.
box. Who do we have in the penalty box tonight?
Well, let me tell you, Ryan.
Wait, who is
In
it? Just tell me.
tonight's box,
Yeah.
United States government.
Wait, hold on. Let me guess why. Okay, I have a couple of guesses why it's the United States government.
The United States.
Is
United
is
States
it
government. 20 seconds go.
is it because they killed all the Indians?
No,
Okay, is it because they overthrew countless democracies in the third world?
close. No,
Is it the Federal Reserve is unconstitutional and was created by private interests behind closed doors?
possibly, but not quite.
Is it because they use robotic drones to murder civilians in foreign countries?
No.
Dang it! I was so. Those are all my guesses. What was it really?
Well, the real reason is they're trying to regulate. They're trying to regulate cryptocurrency. They're trying to keep the little man down.
Oh, that's the worst one I've heard yet.
And it's horrible. In fact, let me tell you this. We've been talking about EOS. I want some more EOS. I want all the EOS I can get my hands on. But because of the government, I can't get it directly from EOS because I'm a U.S. citizen.
Well,
Do you believe that? That I got to go on a VPN and I got to act like I live in Canada just to buy some EOS from the company that has it?
wait. Let me see.
It's
Let me see. Is this true? What's their website? Yes, and you're saying you have to be on a VPN?
Yes. Go ahead. Go down tokens.
Oh
Get
wait,
tokens.
I am on a V I am on a VPN. How silly of me, sir. Continue.
Okay.
Continue about how upset you are. So did you get on a VPN and go buy some, or did you? What?
You couldn't buy them until the distribution. You could sign a smart contract to purchase them, but you don't get them until the clock ticks down and they distribute them.
That sounds
And they do
complicated.
these in chunks. It is a little complicated. There's
Can-
some math involved.
Can I just
I
buy
think
them?
there was
Can I
a
just
guy
buy?
on a ladder.
Can I just buy them on
there.
Exodus?
Yeah, actually, you can use Shapeshift to get it
Okay.
through your Exodus wallet or your Jax wallet,
Well.
and not even have to go to an exchange for it. So that's how I got mine, because I, for the love of God, live in the greatest nation on the earth, but I can't buy coins.
You can't have those
Here.
coins, bro. No coins for you. No
Damn.
coins. Nope.
Let me tell you why.
Penalty box.
Okay? I signed up for their newsletter, and you get the confirmation address in Mailchimp, and their office is registered at Ugland House, Grand Cayman Islands, along with 19,000 other companies that have their offices listed at that law firm in the Cayman Islands.
I see.
And so that's why we in the U.S. don't get to play with their toys.
So who pushed that legislation through? Was it Ron Paul?
It was actually Barack Obama.
Oh, really?
Early in his career.
It wasn't Ron Paul messing up the free market? It was Barack Obama.
No.
What a surprise. I would have never guessed that one.
In fact, let me
Wild.
go here. It's under the investigation by the United States government that his first presidential campaign, Barack Obama referred to Ugland House, again, the address this place is registered to, raising questions over the number of companies registered in the building, pushing hard for taxation and regulatory reach into the Cayman Islands. Um, but then turns around and in 2013 nominated Jack Lew to be the Treasury Secretary, despite all of his investments in funds located in the Cayman Islands. So a little bit of hypocrisy in Washington. Can you imagine that?
No, not my.
Say it isn't so.
Not my Washington. That never happens. All right.
It's
Well,
not my Washington.
I feel like that was a pretty good take. I don't know how much more RAM my little system's gonna take here, so I'm gonna call it a night.
Are we going up?
That's it. That was it. The penalty box. We're done.
We gotta cool the dilithium crystals.
We'll see how it goes. Till next time,
All
Bret.
right, thanks for having me, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks for coming over. See you later.
Hey, no worries.